First up, communications. First individual, please. Item number 131.
Request of Joe Stanger to address council regarding the need for a transportation system that addresses climate goals, cyclists, and pedestrians.
Welcome.
Good morning, Mayor Wheeler and members of the City Council. My name is Joe Stenger. I'm a retired family doctor and I'm co-chair of the Transportation Committee for MCAT, Mobilizing Climate Action Together. One of my sons that does not own a car and uses a bike for transportation. When I worked at Legacy Emmanuel, I commuted by bike, rain or shine. I had the benefit of riding on bike routes, and I had some close calls, such as the common problem of a car making a right turn just in front of me, even as if I wasn't there. But I survived that decade-long commute. Many others weren't so fortunate. I continue to primarily bike and have appreciated improvements such as the bikeway along NATO Parkway. I have had to navigate bike lanes full of parked cars, trash cans, branches, and gravel. I was present in November for the absurdity of removing the newly installed bike lanes on Northeast 33rd Avenue in Holman. I've been reprimanded by my family for biking on dangerous Northeast Marine Drive, a road with a narrow unprotected bike lane next to speeding semis. And I participated in November's local march on the World Day of Remembrance for road traffic victims. 65 traffic deaths in Portland in 2023, the highest in 30 years. Not quite as many as the 74 homicides last year, but which one gets all the media attention and the billboards? I was unable to find a public statement from this council about this devastating statistic. Kudos to you for the Fix Our Streets program that funds projects like Safe Routes to School. We need renewal of the gas tax to continue these crucial efforts at a time of worsening deficits for PBOT. And kudos for the evolving plan to rework 82nd Avenue to enhance its livability, and for the grant you'll be discussing today regarding Northeast 106 Avenue. We know what works to reduce street deaths and injuries. Fully implement the US DOT Safe Systems approach. Analyze each significant crash and take actions to avoid recurrences. Narrower streets, stronger and wider dividers between bike lanes and cars, raise crosswalks, make Vision Zero a reality throughout our city. Be creative about funding for this through PBOT. Tie registration and parking fees to the size and weight of motor vehicles, since bigger cars are much more likely to kill, and work with US DOT and NHTSA to reduce the number of oversized vehicles. From the city's website, it appears there are 22 traffic safety cameras in operations now. Get many more of those operating in the high crash corridors. Eliminate barriers to automatic enforcement while actively preventing this being a tool that targets people of color. Implement higher penalties such as license removal. Promote safe, rapid, frequent, and low-cost transit. These changes will move us to a brighter future where we have shifted from being dependent on cars to one where the norm is for people to get where they need to go by foot, by two wheels, by transit, and to do so safely. Thank you for listening and taking action.
Thanks, Joe. And I know Commissioner Mapps has a comment.
Joe, I want to just thank you. Here, we seem to have an echo in the room. I might just pause for a second to let us sort this out. Are we good? Great. Sorry about that, Joe. Hi, Mengus. I'm one of your commissioners in charge of transportation here in Portland. I just want to thank you for your testimony today. I agree with everything you said, and I actually think we have some particularly good news along many of these fronts. I really appreciate your call out for fixing our streets. That'll be on the May ballot for Portlanders to decide. I want to take a moment to encourage every Portlander to look into this. This particular program allows us to do the bread and butter maintenance, including maintaining and improving our bike infrastructure that helps keep people safe. Really glad to hear you be enthusiastic about the work that's done on 82nd. I'll tell you, I missed a work session here in council because the transportation secretary was in town to actually talk about a bridge, but that is not the first time the transportation secretary has been in town. I think the last time I was I spent time with Secretary Pete was taking a bus tour of 82nd Avenue. We have amazing partners, including the federal government, deeply committed to fundamentally transforming that streets. The other thing I want to highlight is you called for more traffic safety cameras. And one of the good news stories that will come out of today's council session is an ordinance I'm bringing that will do exactly that. We're going to ask council to approve a proposal that will boost PBOT's ability to bring on more traffic cameras into our system. So a lot of important work still left to be done. One of the ways we get it done is through advocates like you. So Joe, thanks for being here today. We really appreciate hearing your voice. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll hand it back.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you
Joe.
so much.
Next individual, please, item 132.